Hello, my name is Francis Fox, and I'm here with news from other dimensions. I didn't have a title for today's chat. There's an awful lot going on. There's so much getting revealed in X, which is where I get my news, that I'm not sure that there's going to be any rock left unturned. I think we're all going to know everything, which is as it should be. When you have all the information on everything and anybody, together with that excess knowledge comes an understanding of why things happened. In the very near future, when somebody does something god awful, we're going to be able to see why they did it at the same time that we see what they did that was god awful. And we're going to go, oh my God, what that person went through. No wonder they did this. Even if it's a murder, that point in time is not far off. And it explains why all the great masters always say, don't judge others, and why we have to accept that what looks like dark is not any better than light. I did a video many years ago that was extremely well done by a Colombian uh, master editor, Carlos Basto, and it was about war in the Mideast and how there's energy. Some people carry it and play it out. I've explained this before. And how when we see the war in the Mideast, and this was years ago before we had the war that we have now, that we need to know that those people, even though we can point fingers, this side is right, that side is not right, all these people are dying, look how horrible people are, they're playing out an energy that's going to be played out someplace. And the fact that they're the ones that are playing it out means that they're the ones whose souls are strong enough to do that. Why would this be so dear to my heart that people know this, which is something that's been known, but just by very few people on the planet? It's because as a mind control victim, we were caught up in things that were god awful. And at some point, all of that stuff is going to get revealed. And then we end up looking, and we certainly end up feeling god awful. And you can say, yeah, but you were a mind control victim. They held a gun to your head. That is absolutely true. I'm going to play that all out. Why did I have to go through what I went through to learn what it is that I learned about the other dimensions and life and people and humans, life on planet Earth, in order to be able to get here? Those are questions that we need to look at and answer today so that our children and grandchildren's lives can be better and they don't have to go through god awful times in order to do very good things. Let's take the story of Jesus Christ. He died on the cross. Oh my God, look what they did to him. I'm not sure if you all remember the Gospel of Judas that was found like 20 or 30 years ago and was supposed to be legitimate according to scientists. And in it, Jesus Christ asked Judas 3 times to be a traitor and let the Romans, I think it was Romans, right? Let him know where he was. And Judas said, no, because they're going to come and they're going to kill you. And he said, I need for you to do this. Now, whether that story is true or not, whether that gospel was legitimate or not, that's actually exactly the way it is. Whether that conversation happened on the physical dimension between Jesus Christ, or it was an astral conversation between Jesus Christ and Buddha and Judas, it doesn't matter. The end effect is the same. Judas did betray on the physical dimension Jesus Christ. The Romans came, they took him, they put him on the cross. Well, it turned out that dying on the cross was not a very unusual thing. That's what they did to people that I believe were thieves. Not such an unusual thing. A lot of us have been through worse than that. But there was something about that that set in concrete or that created enough of a noise or was dramatic enough that we remember his teachings, which are the same as the Buddhist teachings. Or the Buddhist teachings are the same as his, except the Buddha was 500 years before Christ. And I'm not promoting Buddhism or Christianity. I'm reviewing things that I've taken 30 years to review and to kind of understand. If Christ had not died on the cross, nobody would have remembered him. And I'm not sure why they remember him, because a lot of people died on the cross. And a lot of people died more horrible deaths in medieval times when they used to draw and quarter them. They would tie one of their limbs to one limb to different horses and then pull in all four directions and tear the person apart. That's much worse than dying on the cross. So for some reason, I guess because Jesus had a message that has been tried to be shared throughout centuries and is totally valid and totally important, he was remembered. But if he had not died on the cross, nobody would remember him. His message would have been never thought about again, never discussed. It would have helped a few people. That's all. Okay. We are at an end times, and now we have to figure out, we have got to figure out this whole process of being human on planet Earth. You know that I discovered a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, I'm not even sure, time goes by too quickly, that the movie Matrix, talking about a hose plugged into the back of the head, is accurate. And we have dozens, each and every one of them has dozens of hoses inserted in us, channeling energy into us that we didn't choose, that we don't want, and that is supposed to try and influence us to take us off path. Apparently, from the information I have, and it makes sense, when it was negotiated on what life was going to be like on planet Earth, it was negotiated that yes, we could have free will, but we could have also implants. So anybody from off planet, any galactic, any planet, any group of beings could insert stuff into us, which influences us, which means that we've never really had such an easy time of it and not such an easy opportunity to be what it is that we intended before we were born. All of this is coming out now. When I look on X, which is where I get my news, where I get my information, because I like different things. I like revelations. I want to know what's going on. I don't want a storyline. I don't want to going through somebody's filter to try to influence. I just want information, and I'll kind of get it figured out. I'm not the only person that wants that. Obviously, more people are following X than any other news site. So obviously, I'm not alone in what it is I'm looking for. All that information, when you pull it all together, we're going to be able to understand who we are, what we are, and why we did what we did. We don't know. We don't really know enough about ourselves. And then we end up feeling bad about ourselves when possibly we should feel good about ourselves. But we have no way of knowing that either. So thank God we're in end times, we're in Revelations, and a lot of this is going to be figured out because everything is getting not easy. So today I'm a bit under the weather. I retrieved a memory of something that my handler uh, was threatening to do that basically has had me in a chokehold for the last 10 years. And I was able to release it today, but one of the reasons I was able to release it today from myself, not to the world, was because I said, I don't really care what this costs me. I am going to say what's going on with my handler. This has got to stop. I can't do this anymore. Very liberating when we deal with stuff and we reach a point where we say, I don't care. The only thing that's important is the truth. And a lot of us are reaching that point, and I strongly suggest it for you. And right on top of that, you need to align with your mission. You can't stay mad at yourself very long because that does not work. This is a planet of free will. Let me tell you where I sinned the most. In Atlantis, I knew that the Atlanteans were addicted to crystals, like people are addicted to alcohol or to drugs or to sugar, and it was not good for them. And I was very powerful then. And so I hid mountains of crystals. So today, with the filter most of us have today, people would say, well, that was a really good thing. No, it wasn't. That is a sin. I took away people's free will. People had an opportunity to do whatever they want, be addicted to crystals, and then whatever the consequence of that might be, falling into a black hole and then get up and self correct. If you block them from the bad thing, which I have done for my children, not good, you are taking away the opportunity to learn, to understand, so that you can make better choices. Somebody should not be taking away your choices, which is what I did in Atlantis. And I've done too much in this lifetime because I'm a Cancer and I want everybody to be okay and I don't want them to fall over the edge of the cliff. You're not supposed to do that. And I have known this for many years, and I've still had to fight tooth and nail to stop myself from interfering every 5 seconds. I interfere only every 15 seconds in terms of the people that I love. It's still very much a struggle. It's not easy to get what life is like on planet Earth. But we're not going to spend more time on that because I'm discombobulated from that memory that I retrieved, but also from a feeling of relief because I did contact the mayor of the city of Coral Gables. I told him about my handler. I told him that he had psychotronic weapons. I gave him the address of where the weapons were and that they were being used against me and my family. And then nothing happened because he didn't get back to me. And yet today, via remote viewing, I see that my handler removed all of his weapons, radionics weapons, but he moved them to the Florida Keys to a trailer home that he owns, a rinky-dink little trailer home. I'm not sure that from there he's actually going to be able to hit any of us, but we're getting closer to a level playing field. Now, so you say, oh, that's good. That's good. Do you think the people that are the bosses of my handler and the people that are over the people that are over me like what I did? I don't think so. What are the consequences going to be? I don't know. Going to find out soon enough. I just couldn't do it anymore. And I think that's a place where a lot of people are at. I can't do it anymore. What is it going to cost me? My job, my bank account? I can't do it anymore. I can't lie anymore. I can't play games anymore. I can't pretend anymore. I can't do it anymore. Now, was this person able to continue with the destruction that he was created, the havoc in so many people's lives? Because those little radionics machines, the radiation, makes people mentally ill. I mean, like really sick, really, really sick. This man was really, really sick. Nothing was going to stop him except for a Mack truck. Not public humiliation, even though certainly he would have preferred that nobody ever find out about it. But a lot of us are reaching the point of, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. Revelations. It's not just what the bad guys did, it's what you're doing. And you're not necessarily doing anything bad. You just can't play the system. You can't be in the system anymore. If that's the way the system is, you can't be there anymore. You just can't. And that's a very good thing, but it's very messy. I'll let you know what the consequences are, or maybe you'll be able to see it from my face. This is how you looked before you came in. This is not good. This is when our mind streams reach up, all of them. There's two, I don't remember, it's two or three things that is going on. Number one, you're suicidal. You want to die. Number two, you are sick and you're in the process of dying. Number three, you are so happy, like you're in this great party and it feels really good and everybody's so happy. Then you get the same thing. So when you die, you are happy. And when you're really happy because you're at a great party with the people that you love, and it's like really a joy, you look like that too. Well, today you guys look like that. I hope you're happy. Because if not, then it means basically that you want to die or you're going to die. Do I think you're going to die? No. But I think a lot of us are pretty miserable. But I think a lot of us have to be pretty miserable in order to make the changes we need to make in order to be okay or to be halfway happy or to be on a road to happiness. And that's a lot of what Revelations is about. The truth setting you free. So let's go ahead and let's do a mantra for the next 10 minutes. And then we will close it down because I am doing the events where I'm cutting people's implants. My God, I'm not even sure if you guys could see the implants, you would say, who's that person behind all those tubes? That's how many there are. It's unbelievable. So let's go ahead and choose a mantra. Give me a second. We have a debate tonight. Trump and Biden. So I put up a mantra, which is that the debate be revealing and fair, because there's too many rules that apparently are an awful controlling of the process of the debate. I'm not too sure how that's going to work because everything is coming out anyway. How important is the debate? It just means we're getting closer to the elections, which means there'll be who knows what, but revelations, it's all going to hang out. And now I'm going to give an opinion here. And this is, maybe I shouldn't, but I'm going to give the opinion. Very nice people with a constant smile on their faces are the kind of people that get cancer. Why? And medical doctors will tell you that the people that get cancer, they're like so nice. They almost apologize to the doctor for bothering them for coming in with cancer. Oh my God, yeah, I know it's no better. I'm sorry. This is the cancer patient. Denial of what's really going on inside of them, because cancer is an accumulation of rage and impotence due to a situation that happened 24 to 27 months before that was a reproduction of something that happened in childhood. Rage and impotence. Cancer patients don't show the rage on their faces. I am a potential cancer patient. I'm not going to get cancer because I take enough cannabis and I do so many mantras to reduce my fire, because cancer is a disease of fire. Why am I saying this? Because what's on your face is probably not what's really going on. And if you're smiling your way through misery, first place, you're misleading other people. In the second place, you're going to get sick. And then you can be another smiling cancer patient, or you can be somebody with a stroke. Oh my God, they had a stroke. Well, why did they have a stroke? They had a stroke because they had a rage attack. And then they went like this. And then something popped inside. It didn't just pop because they had a weak vein or artery or whatever it is that breaks or whatever. It was because there was an excess of fire that was not released. It stayed internal. It got compacted even more, and then something broke. So stroke, we can feel sorry for them. Yes, they did it to themselves. Cancer victims, they did it to themselves. People with a bad backache, I had major back surgery, did it to themselves. We do it to ourselves because we don't know what to do, or we're not taught what to do with all these volume of negative emotions. we most of the time don't even know that we have those negative emotions. All that needs to change. Be willing to face whatever it is that's going on inside of you. And for a lot of you, you're going to have to do a lot of digging because we have buried it so deeply, like in our back, like in our uterus, like in our breast, like in our prostate. We buried it. So maybe humans are going to be less sick after this cycle of revelations. After we beat up on each other and we scream and everything comes out, maybe we're going to be less sick. Maybe not because of all the stuff that's in our food and all the rest of that. But in terms of us doing it to ourselves through repression, I think there's going to be less of that. So let me go ahead and choose a mantra. Let's do the one that, darn, that's the wrong. Okay. Okay. I don't know what's going to happen today, but so I cannot cut and paste. So we're going to do please God help me with my intention to create miraculous peace and miraculous prosperity in the midst of chaos. And I cannot cut and paste it for whatever reason. This was a therapy session for me. Thank you for joining me, for listening. If I knew you better, I would tell you what specifically this man had over me that had me so obedient for the last 10 years, even though actually I have always been very obedient because the threats have been very big. But the story is messy. Not for this channel. Okay, here we go. We're going to do 10 minutes. Okay. And hopefully I'm not choosing this because we're going to have a mess in our economic scene due to the elections. Should we do subconscious or should we do conscious? Let's do subconscious. Because if I had had this memory before, I probably would have taken care of this. I'm sorry, I'm no more graceful with reducing the music slowly. Something's going on. This is how you looked. Again, those raised mind streams indicate extreme joy, or you're in the dying process, or you're suicidal and want to die. This is where we're at now, or we were before we did the mantra. This is where we are after the mantra. This is a wave almost like trying to grab us from Earth. These are spaceships, the good ones. This is a portal. We're standing at the mouth of a portal. And the mind streams are now green, and they're not just like take us. And then we have the 3 pyramids of protection. This is a portal. We're standing in the mouth of a portal. Now, everyone knows supposedly there's a big division between people. Is something going to get triggered by tonight's debate? We've been on the edge of everything blowing up, collapsing, whatever, for a little while. But this is a portal. The fact that I can't or don't want to figure it out to explain it in detail because I don't want to know it doesn't mean this is not accurate. This is accurate. We can count on this. Now, what does it really mean? My interpretation can be wrong. Okay? So we will see you tomorrow. And thank you for joining me and for sharing in my therapy session. One day I'll tell you what it is that was so distressing. By the way, my handler, whose name is Rene Villegas, he still has some of those machines in the trunk of his car. He is addicted. He knows that it's all over if somebody public finds out about it. Well, you know what? They're finding out about it right now. He still has them in the trunk of his car. So you know what? Police, Coral Gables police, stop him, check his trunk and say, what is this? You don't know? You know what? We'll take them from you.